If you have a Volkswagen, you might want to listen up. Like every Volkswagen that I've ever seen has brakes, right? Pretty much. So, last week we were talking about like matching components, right? Like wheel cylinders and tires and brake cylinders, shoes, whatever, da da da. And a couple of good points were brought up, really. And like if you're replacing brake hoses, that's probably a good time to replace both hoses too, even though that's not like an acting component. Oh, it is in your brakes. It's not. It won't push differently than the other. My point is that they're the same age. So if the left rear brake hose, presumably the same age, is cracked and leaking, then replace the right rear one too. And you know what? Maybe you should replace all four hoses, right? So along that lines of thinking, and also because I had just had a customer conversation about the steel brake lines. The steel brake lines, if one of them is leaking because it's rusted through, then all of them are going to rust through. And it's like fuel hose out of like if you replace the hose at your carburetor, replace the hose that goes to the trans also. And while you're at it, replace the hose under the fuel tank, right? So that way you know that every hose is the same age, and when it's time to replace them again, just replace them all again. So again, the same line of thinking is with these. Now, the conversation today, am I losing you? The conversation today was with a customer about using a flare nut wrench, right? You have these flares on your brake line, right? And if you use an open end wrench, these are kind of soft. They're steel, but they're kind of soft, and you'll round them out, right? So a flare nut wrench, even if you don't know what one is, here's a bigger one. Can you see that one? I hope you can, right? Here, whatever. It has 6 sides on it. So you can get it on, how do we do this? Get it on the brake line, slide it over to the nut, right? And you can take it on and off, and it supports all sides. So the dude came in and, man, I had all sorts of trouble because I rounded out that nut. Well, now you got to replace the line. So he's replacing all his brake lines today. So flare nut wrench, brake lines. Good work. More stuff to think about, right? Anyway, just more tips for you.